So obviously we're gonna do a cappella intro song, right?
Yeah, no, we're not. Ready?
I gotta feel like somebody's watching me.
Whoa.
Ooga chaka, ooga, ooga, ooga
I
chaka.
gotta feel like somebody's watching me.
For the longest, if you say
Is that not the
goodbye to
voice?
me tonight.
Okay, can I start this now? Can we go? Can we go?
Welcome everybody to the casual rundown. Casual rundown.
Oh my gosh, it's going to be
I
the
want to
casual
call it a
rundown.
rundown.
The
'Cause
casual
that
rundown.
just seems like there was a patch and then we're running through it.
Yeah, we're talking about a game. And today, we're talking about Witcher 3. The Witcher 3. We have a
Witcher
ton of shit
3.
to talk about. Well, I have a ton of shit to talk
We can talk
about.
about a lot of stuff, really. We can talk about Witcher 3 if we want. Well, we are going to.
We're
Yeah,
talking-
that's the
Wolves.
focus
No,
of
we're
this
talking
video.
about Witcher 3.
That's the focus for today.
Well, we can have more.
All right, so quick rundown. We've all played the game, yes?
Yep. Yes.
All right,
Some
Michael.
a lot less than
Michael.
others, yeah. What?
your impression of the game.
It's pretty good.
Initial.
Surprisingly,
Impression.
I actually liked it. I didn't think I was going to like it. I
Might
thought
wanna
I was
speak
going to
up
hate
some.
it.
Do you think it was going to be like one of those games that was just overhyped?
I thought it was going to be overhyped and as horrible as Dark Souls.
Oh,
Whoa!
that's harsh.
Shots
That-
fired!
Okay,
Oh!
and by
Bang,
horrible,
bang!
by horrible, I mean I don't.
You thought it was going
I
to
don't
kick
like
your
the
ass.
difficulty.
So
Well,
horrible.
yeah, I thought it was going to kick. My
Not
ass.
horrible as in bad. Horrible
Oh,
as in difficult.
Oh, wait,
Yes.
my turn to talk. My turn to talk.
Yeah, Josh, what'd you think of it?
Oh no, I was gonna continue
Okay, go
saying
ahead.
what
It's a
he
rebuttal.
meant.
Rebuttal.
He was gonna say he didn't like Dark Souls because it wasn't an FPS shooter Call of Duty.
Oh. Your counter argument?
There is a crossbow in there. You can go first person shooter.
No, you can't. It's still over
It's
the
still
shoulder.
third person.
No, you can zoom up. You can
Dang.
zoom.
Got
That's just
him.
in Dark Souls too.
Got
Okay,
him.
whatever.
All right,
Yeah,
Josh,
so?
your impression of the game.
My initial impression, since I played it before the game actually released and
we
all the
played
patches,
it before it released, except for
Yeah.
James.
I'm saying before all the patches came in, I liked the gameplay of it. It was smooth for the most part. There were some frame issues with all
Yeah, I
like, the
did notice that.
cutscenes. There were lots of frame skips. All in all, I liked it
Console.
overall.
Didn't the graphics seem sharp? Like sharp at some points during the cinematics?
Too sharp?
Yeah.
I feel like there was it had high moments and very low moments.
But you can't really expect much since, like, at first they were like, "Oh, this is one of the be the most high graphic games out there," and then Sony and Xbox paid them money for better console gameplay, and that really dropped the graphics down.
I will say the graphics.
I mean, the graphics aren't that bad. They could be better since it was mainly gonna be for
Supposed to
PC,
be.
Yeah.
but they dropped it down a bit more because of consoles.
I will say one word.
Poop.
Blood.
Oh.
Blood.
I
The
was
amount
close.
of blood
Good.
that comes from swiping someone's head off
It
or
does feel very
slashing
rewarding.
through someone is...
Cutting
Yeah.
off limbs is very rewarding.
It has its ups and it has its pros and its cons.
Of course.
The pros heavily outweigh the cons, but those cons are really significant in my opinion.
Are you, when you say
But-
cons, are you talking about the, what are they called? Oh, camera angles.
Okay,
What about him?
like when you're fighting the Griffin, this is when I first noticed it. When you lock onto the Griffin and you're fighting it, you can't change the camera angle. If it flies
Well,
behind
that's if you lock onto it.
Well,
If you lock onto it, you're at the mercy of the camera.
If you don't lock on, your swings can't go towards it.
Yeah.
You can try to set
Directional.
yourself up, though. I feel like it's not needed for the bigger enemies.
Yeah.
James, what do you think about the game?
Mr. PC.
So I played it on PC. My sister saw me play it sometimes a little. She said it looked better on the PS4, but I thought it looked good. The cameras, well, this is just for an initial impression. I thought it was good. The opening cinematic.
Oh, that was brilliant.
The second,
Oh yeah, it looked great.
I liked the second one just a bit more.
Well, the first one was just like
I'm talking about the
introduction.
Witcher 2.
Oh, I never played Witcher 2.
Did you play The Witcher 2?
okay.
Yeah,
Was it on-
I got it for $3.
Did you play it on PC?
PC, yeah.
So you didn't have to simulate the save.
Oh, yeah,
What about
if it's
the
someone
card
important,
game?
they'll go through the garage.
Gwent.
I liked it.
I
will
love
say I
Gwent.
liked
If I understood it more, I probably would have done better. I used all of my infantry cards right at the
It does
beginning.
tell you the tutorial the first time you play it.
I said
I had the impression that your 10 cards would reset after
No.
the first round.
No,
I was in a-
You get 10 cards and that's it.
I was in a
Yeah, I
hot
understood
room.
that.
I understood that too.
And the first time I played, I got the shittiest cards possible.
really?
I was
Well, you
I
start
got
out with
great
shitty cards.
Well, okay, when
listen.
I played it, my attack was at 27 and the guy's attack was like 18. I won that easy.
See, I can't
He
get
used
over
up, like,
15.
He used up 7 of his cards, so all he had attack-wise left, besides those 2 environment cards, were its 2 attack. And I played one guy down with 5. I was like, okay, you lose.
Now,
win.
I do like the idea of collecting all the cards. You get some of them just buying from merchants. You get some from
Yeah.
quests. Like you get the really good ones from quests. I just wish that I don't know. There was like it felt like there was missing something. The card game was missing something because it doesn't
Maybe
give you that
recharging your
incentive.
hand.
I know what it's missing from you.
Okay, what is it?
A win.
A what?
Got him!
a win.
Oh yeah, because I suck at the game.
Like I was in a hot room with the fan on for I don't know how long at that point. I got tired of the dialogue. So much dialogue. I was just
Well, the dialogue.
The dialogue's
okay,
important.
Okay.
tutorial's over finally.
Here's the thing about.
I went through the fighting tutorial, Gwent tutorial, like nope.
Here's the thing about The Witcher. It's a completely story-based game. It's not supposed to go
was
action,
tutorial
action,
and-
I will
action.
make an argument
After-
against that. I will make an argument against the fact that it's a story-based game. It is very much a
Story
mission game where you're going out and doing side quests while at the same time,
moving along the main quest.
while the main quest is basically side quests that help you find the person you're looking for.
Mm-hmm.
Because they're all fetch quests. Is pretty much what it is. Either go get this or go kill that.
As
Yeah.
far as we've played.
That's as far as
For
I've
the
gone.
first hour, and James will agree with me on this, the only thing you literally get to fight is the 3 people when you exit the bar. The helping the guy on the road, you barely even do anything to
And
you scare it away.
the 3 guys that you fight out in front of the bar,
You-
one punch, they're knocked out.
Yes.
That's no fun.
You just go,
But to be fair,
and then you can mess
the
with one of
combat
their
hasn't
minds.
really started yet.
Okay, I would say the very first fights, they have all been different. It's all been one type of fight. It's a sword fight, a brawl fight, and then
Monster.
monsters. Those are all pretty easy because those were the first fights teaching you, hey,
Yeah, it's teaching you how to
this
play
is
the
what's,
game.
this is stuff that might happen. Here's stuff that could happen. Here's stuff that is going to happen. Let's ease you into it and not throw you under the bus with a
That
big
is
guy
one
that'll
thing
punch
that
you
it
out
does.
in one
There's
hit.
something
one
I did
thing
like
that
in
does
that when it shows an enemy, another monster, another enemy, it shows like their name. And if it's green, that means, okay, I can take this on.
Yeah.
If it's red, that means, okay, this is going to be a tough fight. Maybe I
Or
should run away.
run the hell away.
If it has a skull on top of it, it's like, this fucker's going to kill me. And there were so many times where I go into like this little tomb, like a basement of a building. I'm like, oh, this place is cool.
Okay.
And then a freaking
I'ma stop you there.
ghost-looking thing
I'm gonna
shows
stop
up
you there.
and has like a skull on it.
I'm gonna stop you there.
I'm like, shit.
Stop.
I'm gonna stop you there.
Okay, go ahead.
How many times?
The ghost spawns outside of the church, and you're supposed to spot it then.
And you're supposed
no.
to run past it.
There was another one inside.
No, it was the same one.
Are you
It was the
talking
same
about
one?
the?
It's the same one because
It
I
disappeared from me.
I cut it down to half health, and then it disappeared. I went inside, it respawned in there with half health.
See, it
It's
just
the same
flat out
exact one.
disappeared for me.
Are you talking about the
It
one
showed
on
up
the
and it
way
went
to the
away.
garrison or the city or whatever?
I think it was just north of the
Like,
first town you ran to.
literally in the first hour.
Yeah.
It's I ran past that sucker. I'm
Well, I
like,
ran
no.
past it the first time, but then I noticed it
Yeah,
didn't have
same.
a skull anymore, so like I'm gonna take it.
Yeah,
I killed it
that's
easy.
nice to know. You like bears. When you run to the bears.
It's
they-
a bear, I think.
They have skulls on top of their heads. The first time I saw them, like, shit, I'm not messing with that guy. And then you get stronger and stronger, and then you see that their name is green. You're like, oh, it's on.
It's like everything you did to me at the beginning. Now I'm going to dish it back to you.
So I did like how they did that.
Yeah.
How do you guys feel about the combat so far?
I like it. It's a lot easier than the second game. I will say
So
that.
I never played it. Just
Like-
from the perspective of someone who's never played a Witcher game,
I've-
I will say the combat is deep. It is satisfying, especially when you get like the mutilations. And I like the variety that you have basic swordplay, you have crossbows, you have
And
the
then the
signs,
signs.
which is your magic, you have
Yeah.
bombs, you have all
Traps
sorts of
and
spells.
stuff.
One thing I will say, the HUD interface,
Oh,
it
yes.
is a lot cleaner than the second one, especially on PC. Like you had to hold something, move over. Here you can just click, and then you can scroll over which one you want to select. It's a lot cleaner. It's a lot easier to scroll.
Yeah, the
through.
UI is definitely really easy to use.
It is.
It's a bit laggy.
Still a little, yeah.
Yeah, there's some
Yeah.
button lag in there in the menus, but it's nothing.
yeah.
One
Terrible.
thing I don't like is when you press L1 or right or left bumper, it pulls up the sign menu and the other inventory
Yeah.
stuff. You're supposed to use the left analog stick to select it,
Yeah, that took
But
me a while
you
to figure out.
but you can still use the right analog stick.
Yeah, that
and
really
if
messed
you
with
go
me.
up to it, but you're still holding up over here and you let go, it all messes up and it gets all. Dang it! I chose the wrong sign and now I'm.
Yeah, I have
Doing
that issue a
something.
lot when I was first playing the game, and it's like
It's just something
eventually
you have
I
to get used
trained
to.
myself to like, okay, only use the left thumbstick.
Hmm.
Just use the left thumbstick. Don't screw yourself up with the right one.
That's one thing I want to do because with PC, all the buttons you have WASD, I, E, 1, 2, Control, Shift, Alt, Spacebar, your
Yeah,
mouse.
I can't play PC because of that.
Yeah, it would be a lot easier if you have a gaming mouse, but
Like
I
mine.
don't.
I do
I-
like that. Even though there were so many different things, they for the controllers they really use it to the full potential.
Yeah, that's
Like the touchpad brings up your menu.
PS4
Yeah, this is for PS4. I'm sure it works the same way with
the select,
the
back.
Xbox One controller, just
back.
with a different button.
Mhm. probably the back key.
They really make full use of it, and it does. Nothing feels like
It's left out.
unnatural. It doesn't
Yeah.
feel unnatural.
That's good.
Yeah.
That would probably be easier too. Like you run left click.
No,
click
you
on
hold
the-
X.
You hold it. Yeah, you hold the.
It's like,
Xbox.
Okay,
GTA.
so GTA. Okay,
Except
that's
you're not mashing.
Now
the
horse
X button.
controls, I still have to get used to
The horse is a little
Confusing.
cloggy.
because it doesn't tell you can tap circle to jump.
It doesn't. It doesn't.
You just
I
you just
didn't know that.
accidentally
I
do it.
didn't know that you
I think
could
it
jump
does.
until
It doesn't. It just
no.
says hold circle dismount.
I didn't. Yeah, I didn't
Hold
know that
X.
could happen
Oh.
until you
Hold
did
X
it.
to like.
and moving the horse is kind of clunky too.
Yeah,
like if you
to be
move
fair,
your
you got a
camera,
you get a giant four-legged beast.
yeah, if you move your camera, you're just kind of like okay, you're swaying.
It's no Skyrim
But then
horse.
if you use your left and right, you'll go like oh.
I will say maneuvering between trees is
Difficult.
it's a surprising task.
Yeah, a little bit.
I will say combat on a horse is freaking fun. It is overpowered. Except for the only drawback is the fear level on the horse.
That's
He's
one
more-
thing I liked.
Are you
That's
talking
what I
about
like
the
that.
triple kill, Blake? Is that why you're saying that?
Oh, dude, that's like the icing on the cake. When you run up against a band of bandits, and you just take one nice slash, and you get like 3 of them. That is such
But
a good
I
feeling.
like the horse fear level because it brings in some reality where the horse is
Somewhat.
not invincible. Like, oh fuck,
Well, the
there's
horse
a
is
fight
invincible.
going on.
The horse is invincible.
Well, okay, well, yeah, it's invincible, but it can get scary.
That's one thing I like.
It's a pussy.
In most games, if there's an animal, or in all games almost, yeah.
You can kill it.
And if you write it, you're like, okay, you can just charge into battle, stay in battle forever.
On the
In
horse.
Witcher 3, your horse has a fear level. I haven't gotten it filled yet, so I'm not quite sure what will happen. But I'm pretty sure the horse will buck you off and just run out of there.
Yeah, I wish there was sometimes where I'm like riding into combat. I'm like, okay, I want to take this to the ground and try to jump off my horse like into battle.
But you can't.
You can't. That's the only
Yeah.
thing that I
So-
wish it
Hold
had.
circle.
That's the only thing I
Gotta
feel
get
like
off
it's
slowly.
missing.
The
Jump dismount.
There is like you can jump off it real quick, but it's just not as quick as I wanted
Yeah.
it to be.
what else is there?
Not
So
much.
we went with the initial impression.
Yep.
How'd you feel about the open world? The world itself? Did it feel?
I like that it's open
Limited.
world, but because it's so big and you have to travel a lot, it
Yeah.
almost takes away from it. from
There,
itself.
there is a fast travel system.
Yeah, but then that takes out the open world.
Not necessarily, because you do have to fast travel from key area to key area, but you don't have to when you're within that area. You can always just explore, and you have tons of ways to explore. You have on foot. Sorry. Damn. A&W. You go on foot, you can go on horseback, you can go on boats.
Mm.
And that first area you run into, that's the smallest one.
Yep.
Like Velen and Novigrad are like huge.
Mm. I did find a treasure chest though on the broken bridge just out of that first village. There's a guy that's half drowned and dead though, but like he's like barely beached, and he had a key on him. Like it still showed up the circle of a chest. Like I got the key. Where's the chest? I can't find it.
Oh yeah, that's. So
I
much-
finally jumped down into the wreckage that I finally saw, and boom, there's the chest. Once I opened it, ring was gone, notification was gone off the map. I like that.
A feature in the game that I found interesting was like when you're at the black camp, or I don't know,
African American camp.
Camp of
No.
the Black Ones.
Yeah.
That little fortress you find. At
Yeah.
first.
If you accidentally take out your sword,
Oh.
it'll be like, "Hey, watch what you're doing. These people
Oh,
are
there's-
annoyed with you."
That's one
That's-
thing that annoys
Or
me.
like, I opened a chest. I'm like, "Oh, this is a chest." So I opened it to try and see
You
what
didn't
was
see
in
the
it.
warning that says, "Warning, you're about to loot something." There might
and
be
then that's what it
negative
said. It was like,
repercussions.
"Be careful, you're about to loot," and people are watching. I look around and people are like,
They're eyeing you like.
and then I take it off and they're just.
Yeah, there was one thing is that whenever you're outside of combat and you're in a town
That's
where there's
one
It's
no
like
reason to
Skyrim.
fight,
It's like Skyrim.
and you accidentally set down your controller and set half the village on fire. Like I was in the first town and I go into the tavern and like I set my controller down as soon as the cutscene ended and I lit like half the people on fire. I'm like shit. And I reload my save.
That's one thing that's kind of funny, but also I like but hate at the same time is that if you're riding a horseback, you run into the village. If you don't watch what you're doing, you can annoy the guards. Like
Yeah.
I almost trampled one over.
I
And
was
said, careful, they're watching you.
I haven't pushed my luck that much. I'm
I
willing
really
to
don't
see
want
how,
to.
what their threshold
It's
is.
sticky trying to control the horse. It's sticky.
Oh yeah.
We're
I-
back on the horse.
Final thoughts
Okay.
on this game.
Well,
All right. So,
do we have to limit the time?
Yes.
Why?
well, we're going on 30 minutes now.
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Final thoughts,
Final thoughts.
and out of 10. You first.
You first.
Nope, I'm last.
No, you. We are more
Okay.
experienced.
Okay. So
As
I
you can
would-
tell, because we've spoken for about 25
yeah,
minutes.
yeah, we have.
So
spoken
final
for-
thought and out of 10.
I liked it. I don't know if I'm going to buy it, but I'd say 8 out of 10.
Mhm.
I'd recommend it, I guess, for someone who likes that kind of game.
Mhm.
We should have like a seal in the end that says,
A seal of
"We
approval.
approve."
Just like have his face vector mode. Boom. It's like boom.
We should just get a
Score.
stamp and just hit him
Anyways,
in the
Blake,
face with it.
I can do
Let's not.
I can do vector pictures.
Let's.
All right, my final thoughts on the game. I think it's a really well done game.
Mhm.
It does have its issues. I feel like they'll just patch it out later. I did experience a bunch of like game breaking glitches. Like the game will just crash on me in the loading screen.
Too late.
I'll say it on my part.
Okay. But I am hooked on the game. I'm having a ton of fun. I would definitely give it a 9 out of 10. Or even, on top of that, 9 bacon cheeseburgers out of 10.
All right, my final
Now that's my
thoughts.
seal approval.
I thoroughly enjoyed the game as much as I could play it. Besides the problems I had with its frame rates and the very first time loading the game up, the very first loading screen would not load for the life of it.
Yeah.
I had
You
to,
left it on overnight.
I had to start the game all over, sit through all the cutscenes again.
16 hours that was probably on.
So 6 out of 10.
No. And then playing Gwen for the first time, and you have to pass to continue the game.
No, you don't.
Yeah, you do. You have to pass.
For Gwen?
Not for Gwen.
No, for Gwen, if you pass and the other person's pass, that's when the turn
Oh,
Oh, you're talking about the game
I
itself.
thought you meant
Talk
like
about Gwen
winning
itself.
the first match.
No.
ends. Yeah. To win the game, you have to pass and the other person has to pass to end that round.
Yeah.
First time I did that, crashed the game.
Oh wow! Alright, so it
Like,
does have its.
for Triangle-
It has its.
It
problems.
has its. Which, when I first read about
Witcher 3.
when The Witcher 3 was about to come out, it was like on day one there's gonna be patches for frame rate and game issues. They probably could have done that beforehand, but okay. I'm glad some of this is getting fixed. Besides all of those problems, those little problems I've had, and based on all the fun I've had, I would give it a 9.5 out of 10. Once it fully fixes its frame rate issue, like where the frame skips and all that stuff, I would give it a 10 out of 10.
All right, James, your final thoughts.
A bit too much dialogue for me.
You suck.
It's supposed to have.
It's okay. Hear him out. Hear him out.
There's a limit to how much I can take of dialogue to gameplay.
Okay.
Dialogue to gameplay ratio in the beginning. Too much dialogue for me in the beginning.
There
Character
is a lot of
development.
talking.
It's character development.
There's
It's
a
like
lot
a
of
movie.
talking, to be fair.
That's what the second game's for, Joshua. Character development.
Okay,
the
did you
third
play the
game you
second
should.
one?
Third game
Third
should
game-
be fighting.
Third game, if you haven't known, there should be little character development, just enough to get the initiative of the game. You know what you're doing. I like that he had that dream about the wild hunt. You're like, oh, okay,
I
That's
did
good.
like that opening scenario.
that's gonna happen.
I was like, don't kill it! And then you just hear it shattered.
But because the UI is so much better than the second one, such an improvement. Gameplay, the graphics look great. I didn't have too many frame issues as you guys did. Since PC to
yeah,
console.
I think PC might have had an influence on that.
Like I saw its moments, but it probably wasn't as bad. I didn't have any crashes. I'll give it a 7 out of 10.
All right, so we got an 8, 9, 9.5, and a 7. I think that leaves us at a solid 8.5 out of 10.
8.25.
That is our casual score.
9 bacon burgers.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I felt like there was a little point I wanted to add.
Really?
Hold on. Okay, so you.
All right,
talk
so
about-
while he's thinking about
Is
it,
this about the
what did
dialogue?
y'all think about the game? We really want to know. Leave it down in the comments what you thought about the game.
Oh yeah, that's what I remembered.
Okay,
You
what?
talked about how the third one should just be go into it and do all this.
I said little introduction.
Yeah.
Okay, well, you have to remember the second game had its own story. The third game,
Has its
that
own
intro
story.
started off the whole game. The third game was a whole new storyline altogether because of.
Well, yeah, new storyline, same characters.
Yeah, but you have to go into the newer characters and reintroduce what happened in the timeline. What are they up to now? It's a long.
I'm pretty sure the end. Of
I
the-
loved it.
I'm pretty
10
sure
out of
the end of the second one. I'm pretty sure introduced the wild hunt.
No, it didn't. Probably.
Well, then that's what the
Maybe.
dream was for.
I don't know. I didn't forget.
But the dream, that was gameplay.
Yeah.
Perfectly fine. Before and after, that was dialogue. And I loved it. I was like, ooh.
Well, that
that's
about does
interesting.
it.
Yeah, that wraps up this video. Our first casual rundown.
Yes.
I keep wanting to call it casual discussion.
No.
We'll see you guys next time with Farming Simulator 15 for the PS4. Just kidding. I didn't get to play that.
We're not doing farming.
I got it to play it, but then I never even got it.
We're actually doing Destiny.
The new
The
DLC.
House of Wolves.
This is gonna be all
House
guys.
of Wolves!
Where Blake's just gonna be like,
I'm gonna
oh,
sit down with that one.
Wow, yeah. Oh, I don't think
I've never
so,
played
but
that
yeah.
game.
It looks good!
It looked
Keep
like
it
rain.
casual!
Yeah, see you guys next time.